Damn, pimp. This depression sure do be bussin' for real, for real. Who am I supposed to test out delicious snacks with now? How could I possibly give an energy drink an A- out of S, sitting alone on the couch? If only I had an overweight friend who enjoys having gay sex and eating spicy ramen. But who could that be? Hold on a second, I know. My close personal friend, Nikocado Avocado! Nikocado, it's you, my best friend! I love the way you have gay butt sex and then eat spicy noodles.
Well, I mean, I do what the fans want, and I just make sure to always give them what they're looking for, because then they give me money. Make sure to go check out the merch. Anyways, listen.
I think we might need to adjust that framing a little bit. David versus Goliath in 4D.
Listen, it's water weight, okay? Don't worry about it, all right?
Well, Mr. Avocado, what will we be partaking with today?
Well, as the Noodle King, I have my very own recipe, because, listen, all these mukbangers that wish they were me, they like to just sit there and eat and talk about boring things. Listen, anybody can go and buy this, but I have a very special recipe that I made because I'm the best at this, and
now,
I
just
always
to be
will
clear, though, so are these particularly spicy ramen noodles? What is the significance of the Bulldog artificial spicy chicken flavor ramen?
Well, they do have some good spice to them. They're not the spiciest, but I like to have a balance of spice and flavor and cheese. Yes, I, Nikocado Avocado, love cheese. So how do we enhance anything? It needs more cheese. But also, of course, what is cheese? Dairy? That's why we have butter too. You need to have butter and cheese. The more the better. But today, we're going to be testing the recipe. I know that some of us, I identify as skinny, but some of us are actually skinny. So, I wouldn't want to have my usual 18 daily servings of this. So,
you eat 18 of those at the same time?
Listen, I have a lot on my plate in life, but also in food. So sometimes I have a little bit to eat.
Each packet is 530 calories.
Sometimes I have a little bit to eat because I'm a grown boy, okay? And I have a lot of mukbangs to make. I have 6 channels that I have to upload 12 eating videos to each time I eat.
Okay, well, I guess we'll go to the Incel kitchen and let's see Nikocado Avocado make his famous ramen. Let's do it.
Yes. Fiddlesticks. Okay, so first you obviously need a little bit of water with your noodles. Heat, it's very simple, you hear it. Listen, okay, I'm not old. Just because I'm fat doesn't mean I'm old. I don't get emotional just because there's rain outside. I
didn't mean to offend you. I just
okay, that's because I'm hungry. I haven't eaten in 30 minutes. I don't know.
Okay. That's
Whenever
understandable.
Your oven keeps clicking. Is it supposed to click?
Yeah, probably just turn it back a little bit.
This is going to make our noodles extra rich and extra delicious. You see it hits, and this was already a little bit warmed. It doesn't need to be cold or warm. Whatever, it's just fine. Either way, this is European butter. That means it's a little more dense. That means you're getting a little more oil. You're getting a little more grease. Look at it. Oh my goodness. This is looking good. I think it's time. I think I can go ahead and introduce the noodles just like that, just like so. You see, it's the perfect amount. You're getting more flavor in. All you got to do is just work with the noodles while they work, okay? Oh my goodness. Fiddlesticks, I swear, if there's any toxoplasmosis
you don't like
on
cats?
my cheese. Listen, I love animals, but I love eating a lot more, okay? So just don't get between me and being myself in the
Okay.
kitchen. You see, okay, so you see here, you don't need to set it and forget it. You're here, you're working with, this is something that you're putting together. This is a work of art, it's beauty, okay? The butter and everything is just coursing through every strand. It's being caressed lovingly over this heat. Just a little bit more here. I'm gonna get my spicy packet ready now. Oh, there's plastic in my noodles. Fiddlesticks! Okay, there was a little bit extra amount of water in here, but that's okay because it's going to just allow us to incorporate the sauce a little easier. It's going to give us a little more liquid to work with here. Oop. Listen, this is cheese. It's not marble, okay? It's not a solid piece of muscle. There we go. Now, I'm going to bring a little bit of this over the top of it to sort of help. It's going to introduce a little bit more heat to the cheese here. It's going to help it melt down a little bit. Yes. Oh my goodness. That is looking fantastic, phenomenal, perfect. This is what got me to the top, everybody. You see this? Some people would look at this and they go, oh my goodness, that's ridiculous. They'd say, that's stupid. They would say it's disgusting, it's filth, but I say it's absolutely delicious. And what's more delicious is waking up, being me every single day, being the top of the noodle game.
Well, is it ready? Should we go eat?
I think so. I think it's perfect.
Even in the middle of this thunderstorm?
Listen, the weather has never stopped me, so whether or not we are in a tornado, whether or not, I don't know, where did I get this? Oh, that's right. I just don't want there to spill any sauce anywhere. I wouldn't want to get any of this red sauce near your fine furniture or anything like that, so there we go. We're good. This is just garbage here anyway, so that's not important.
Well, pimps, I apologize that we're filming this in the middle of a rainstorm, and I live in a tin can as well, so it's probably overly distracting. But really, in the middle of a tropical, rainy weather, what is more comfy than sharing a bowl of delicious warm soup with your extremely homosexual best friend? I mean, Nikocado Avocado. What better way to spend our evening together, alone in the middle of the eye of the storm?
It's funny that you should say eye of the storm because one time somebody said I had an eye of the storm. Oh my goodness. Anyways, that's not acceptable discussion when it's time to eat. And if there's one thing I love to do is eat. So we portioned out so that everybody has cheese, everybody has a little bit of sauce, and noodles. I think it's probably equal. I don't know.
And this is your favorite noodle recipe.
This is what took me all the way.
I gotta eat the way the kings eat.
Yes.
Okay. Let's,
good cheese pull.
How do you pose for these stupid thumbnails? I mean, look at that cheese pull. It's just a glob of fucking disgusting cheese.
You want to like this?
Oh man, you got it proper, huh?
You see you have the cheese and the noodles and the sauce.
Oh man.
And then you give
how fancy.
You let them know how you're feeling.
Is that our thumbnail? Okay. Well, I guess Nikocado Avocado spicy pasta going in. It's disgusting. It tastes like I'm eating slimy boogers. The cheese is no good in this.
Are you disrespecting the cheese?
It's no good. Oh my god, it makes the noodles not taste like ramen. It's disgusting. It's like I'm swallowing worms that are soaked in grease. It's horrible. And I could use a little more heat too. The butter might have muted the heat. Maybe Nikado's a bit of a pussy. Are those cats fighting? Hey!
Well, let me give you the review from a professional, okay? No offense, but I am the Noodle King, so I'm not trying to shade you. It's delicious, it's fantastic. The cheese and everything comes together so perfectly, and it has, it could, I will not lie, it could be a little spicier. Perhaps yours might have not been as spicy since I did, you know, maybe there was a little bit of extra spice in the liquid from the original dish. When I put it into your dish, maybe I didn't give you quite as much of that. But to me, the lips are tingling a little bit. It's just really the perfect blend of flavor and spice and cheese. Oh, yes. Oh, I still have a beautiful... Oh, look at this. Another big cheesy bite right here.
And you eat 15,000 calories of this at one time?
Listen, I was working very hard. I did put on a little bit of water weight after, but I work very hard every day. I'm on Cameo, and I do merchandise and all number of things. And so I like to treat myself just a little bit, and that's okay because it's what the people want. It's what makes you millions of dollars.
Now, do you ever think that maybe succumbing to the pressure of society and the greed for money might not be worth the sacrifice of your physical health and well-being? I've got to say, Mr. Nikocado, if I have to give this a rating out of 10, after completing my bowl and leaving a disgusting blob of all the cheese conglomerating together.
Disrespecting the cheese. Oh my goodness.
My final score of this snack test, considering the greasiness of the cheese noodles with butter, far too much fattening, disgusting properties all mixed together when it should have just been some good old-fashioned ramen noodles. The cheese itself coming together in such a disgusting way that I think I'm going to vomit looking at it. I'm going to have to give your recipe in particular probably a 2 out of 10 on the snack test-o-meter. The noodles on their own probably closer to like a 6. But I think you've ruined it. You literally ruined it.
I don't think that you could give it any less than a 6 because I only made it way better. I did what nobody else could do, which is why I'm the noodle king. So, how about, let's say, so you give the noodles a 6 out of 10, and my recipe an additional 2 out of 10 because it added another point for cheese and another point for butter, although, I suppose nobody's perfect. I'm as close as it gets. So I guess an 8 out of 10 for the recipe, I would probably also give that to because there's always room for improvement and there's always room to make more money. And there's also, there's one thing, there's very much more room on my waistline. I need to get some new pants. But anyways, I would completely agree with an 8 out of 10, yes.
Well, now that we're done filming the collab video for my channel, should we go into my bedroom to film the collab for your OnlyFans you wanted me to do with you?
Well, I do believe you are contractually obligated to do so, yes.
Okay. I'll go grab that bacon lube.
Well, you're just going to let this cheese go to waste. I better have that here. Let's just go ahead and take that here. Because I love cheese! Oh, there's no more noodles, but I don't need noodles. Even though I'm the noodle king. I should be the cheese king. I should go start a new channel called Cheese King right now. Nobody does that yet. This is why I'm the greatest. Oh, yeah, cheese. I wish that I could just chew on a cheese pull and just keep going like a never-ending stream of taffy. But cheese, melted and spicy. It's so beautiful. It's amazing. Well, thank you for tuning in to the food review. Make sure to follow everything that gives me money. And I will be back with another mukbang for you very soon. Toodles!